In the Great Plains Initiative, there are two courses that I teach. One of them is my passion, youth policy. Behind me, you'll see a couple of books and policy reports that we've written on policy. In the policy courses, what I tend to focus on is what are youth policies, and are these policies a contribution to the developmental paths of youth, or do they undermine the opportunities that youth have to develop a chance at having a life? This may seem somewhat complex, but in reality we have to understand one thing. Are all policies really focused on enhancing youth opportunities, or are they reactionary to some type of environmental situation or community situation where we then restrict the rights, freedoms, and opportunities of youth? The second course that I teach is called Youth Culture, and I've added the extension, The Cultures of Youth. What is a youth culture? What are the costs and the benefits of having a youth culture? And is there really such a thing as youth culture in the United States or globally? Or do we have multiple cultures of youth? For example, do females around the country all have the same opportunities and resources? Or are they based on a community context or an ethnic context or even a governmental context? Similarly, what do we mean by youth culture for Latino youth? Latinos are made up of 22 different nations, so do we have a homogeneous perspective of what a Latino youth culture is, or do we need to look deeper and unpack this? The reason these are important is that we have to understand that the social address that youth bring to communities and to working with adults are variable. For some, there are primary characteristics of culture that are important, and for others, these may be secondary or tertiary components of their identity. The point being is that if we're going to work with youth, we need to understand what youth bring to the table, what is important to their lives, and how we use this as a foundation to create developmental opportunities for their well-being in the future.